At it, students. Alright, let's get done. We've got our pyramids. Square pyramid, they want the perimeter, the area of the base, lateral surface area, total area, and the volume. Remember that your perimeter and your base both refer to this bottom part, this bottom shape. In this case, it's a square pyramid, so the perimeter, I've got a side of 10. It's a square, so there are 4 more. That gives me a perimeter of 40 meters. My base, this is referring to the area of the base, so if it's a 10 by 10 square, I've got an area of 100 meters. The next thing, the lateral surface area, you can do it one of several ways. The first thing we're going to need to know for the lateral surface area is the slant height. I'm going to take and get a triangle right here. I know that the length of this triangle down here is going to be half of that side length, so it's 5. We've got a height of 12, and if you remember your Pythagorean triples, that gives me a slant height of 13. And then you can either use a formula or use your own way to calculate that lateral surface area, however you want to do it. Perimeter times slant height divided by 2 is the formula that's given to you on your formula chart. I know the perimeter is 40, I know the slant height is 13, and I know I'm dividing by 2, so that's going to be a 20. That gives me 260 meters squared for my lateral surface area. Total surface area, I'm just going to add the area of the base. It should be meters squared. I'm just going to add the area of the base to give me 360 meters squared. And then my volume is simply the height, which is 12, times the area of the base, and I've got to divide that by 3. So I've got 12 times 100 divided by 3, 400. Could have done that in the head, but got a little anxious about it. Make sure we divide that volume by 3. A bouncy ball has a diameter of 6 centimeters. Find the surface area and the volume. Really no way to play around here. We're going to have to use our formula, so 4 pi r cubed, or 4 pi r squared rather, is going to be our surface area. So I have 4 pi, and then that's going to be a 3 squared. We're going to leave it in the form of pi, so I've got 36 pi, and that's going to be centimeters squared. Volume, very similar. Really no way to get around using that formula, so I've got 4 pi r squared, r cubed rather, over 3. This is the volume, and the surface area. But anyway, so I've got 9 divided by 3, which is 3 times 4. It's going to be 12 pi centimeters cubed. Just like that. Oh, 27. Gracious. So 27, that's going to be 36 pi centimeters cubed. Alright, onward to the next problem. Number 3, total surface area is 150 inches squared. This is a cube. It's a cube, so we know that there are 6 sides. 150 divided by 6. That means each side is 25 inches squared. So if each side is 25 inches squared, then one of the edges had to be 5 inches. Lateral surface area is just going to be 100, or 4 of those sides that are each 25 inches squared in area. And then our volume is simply 5 cubed, so 125 inches cubed. Next one. Again, perimeter of the base. I'm going to use this side as the base. This is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. We have a 9, a 12. That means this one's going to be a 15 because it's a right triangle. One of those Pythagorean triples you want to know. Perimeter is just 9 plus 12 plus 15. That is 27 plus 9, so 36. And that's going to be feet. The area of the base, the height is going to be 9. The width is going to be 12, so I have base times height, and base times height over 2. So 9 times 12 over 2, that's the same as 6 times 9. So we'll go 54, and that's going to be square feet. Lateral surface area is around, and I'm going to use the formula that they give us on the chart. It's going to be perimeter of the base times height. So I've got a perimeter of 36. I've got a height of 20. So it's going to be 720 feet squared going around. The surface area, total surface area, is going to be the lateral surface area, which is 720. And then plus 2 bases, because we have one base over here, one base over there. So I have 720 plus 108. So I'm going to get 828 feet squared on my surface area. Volume is just base times height. Area of the base times the height. Area of the base is 54. My height is 20. So I think it's going to be 1,080, but we'll check just in case. 1,080, and that's going to be feet cubed. So again, just follow that chart. Make sure that we're hitting the formulas the way they are written. We're going to try to get in one more page. All right, leave answer in terms of pi. I've got my cylinder. Lateral surface area is going to be this circumference times the height. That would be that rectangle that unfolds. So 2 pi r is my circumference, and then times the height. So I have 2 times 4 is 8, times 7 is 56. It's going to be pi, and we're going to have inches squared. My total surface area, I've got to add in 2 bases. So pi r squared, 16 pi, 4 squared rather, so 4 squared pi, 16 pi. I've got 2 of those, so we're going to add 32 pi. 2 are 56 pi, so I've got 88 pi inches squared. So I've got 56 from going around the sides, and then I've got 16 pi on each of those bases. My volume is base times height, so 32 times 7 this time. 32 times 7 is going to give us 224 pi inches cubed. Assume the base is regular. Oh, fantastic. We're going to have to calculate an apothem here. Perimeter of the base, this one's easy. I've got 6 sides. That's going to give me 6 times 8 is 48 inches. The area of my base, again, if I've got this regular hexagon, and I've got a side length of 4, I believe this is going to be 720 divided by 6 divided by 2. This is going to make this a 60, 30, 90. So I'm going to have 4 square roots of 3. You can also use tangent to get that decimal equivalency. So 4 square roots of 3 is going to be my apothem. So the base, the area of my base is going to be 1/2 apothem times perimeter, or 1/2 times 4 square roots of 3 times 48. So let's punch that out. Times 4 square roots of 3 times 48. And I'm going to get 166.3 square inches for my base. The lateral surface area, this one's a little bit easier. It's just perimeter times height. Perimeter is 48. The height is going to be 6. So my lateral surface area is 288. My total surface area, I've got 2 of these bases. So I'm going to take that 166 and I'm going to multiply it by 2. And I'm going to add that to 288. That's going to give me my total surface area of 620 we'll just round that up to 6 in inches squared. Volume, base times height. So I've got 166.3. I'm going to multiply that by 6. So 997.8 inches cubed for my volume. Right here, base, pi r squared, very easy. Pi r squared will be 36 pi, and that's going to be inches squared. Lateral area, this is going to be, for my cone, pi r slant height. You'll notice this is another 3, 4, 5 triangle. So this is going to be 10. So I have pi times 6 times 10, which gives me 60 pi for my lateral surface area. Total surface area is simply these two added together. So I'm going to get 96 pi inches squared. And my volume is just base times height, and since it's got a pointy on it, base times height over 3. So I've got 36 pi times 8 over 3. That's going to make that a 12. 12 times 8 is 96. So I get 96 pi inches cubed for that volume. We'll cut the video here, take it up on the next.